Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're re-diving deep into the history of the Parthian Empire to uncover the story of a ruler who often gets overshadowed by his more famous predecessors and successors. We're talking about Balash I, a king whose reign was marked by internal strife, foreign invasion, and a determined effort to hold his vast empire together. His story is a classic tale of power, ambition, and the relentless pressures of ruling one of the ancient world's superpowers. So, grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let us journey back to the 1st century AD to explore the life and times of Balash I. Ascended to the Parthian throne around 51 AD. He was one of the sons of Vanonas II, a king whose own reign was incredibly brief, lasting only a few months. When Vanonas II passed away, he left his kingdom to be divided among his sons. Pacorus II received the kingdom of Media Atropatene, a strategic and wealthy region. But the grand prize, the Parthian Empire itself, went to Balash. This transfer of power wasn't exactly a peaceful family affair. Balash's elder brother, Balash I, who was born to a Greek concubine, was the reigning king. Balash had to challenge and ultimately usurp his own brother to claim the throne, a move that immediately set the stage for a period of instability and civil war that would define much of his rule. Right from the get-go, Balash's claim to the throne was contested. Balash I wasn't just going to step aside. He commanded significant loyalty from parts of the Parthian nobility and army. This sparked a prolonged civil war that sapped the empire's strength and resources. For years, these two brothers were locked in a bitter struggle, each minting their own coins in the territories they controlled, which is how historians can trace the shifting tides of this internal conflict. While Balash held the capital, Ctesiphon, for a time, Balash I maintained a strong power base in the eastern provinces. This division was a huge problem for the Parthians, as it left them vulnerable to threats from both within and without. It's a classic example of how internal family drama can have massive geopolitical consequences. As if fighting his own brother wasn't enough, Balash had to deal with a major external threat: the Kushan Empire to the east. The Kushans were a rising power in Central Asia and northern India, and they saw the Parthian civil war as the perfect opportunity to expand their territory. They launched a major invasion, sweeping into the eastern Parthian lands, including the region of Bactria. This was a significant blow. Bactria was not only economically important, but also served as a crucial buffer zone. The loss of this territory to the Kushans was a major setback for Balash, and further weakened his position. He was now fighting a war on two fronts, against his brother Balash I in the west, and the formidable Kushans in the east. The biggest and most defining challenge of Balash's reign, however, came from the west, from the Roman Empire. The strategic kingdom of Armenia had long been a point of contention between Rome and Parthia. Both empires wanted to control it by installing their own candidate on the Armenian throne. Under the previous king Balash I, the Parthians had successfully placed his brother, Tiridates I, as the king of Armenia. This was a direct challenge to Roman influence, and Rome, under the ambitious Emperor Nero, was not going to let it stand. The stage was set for a major showdown, and Balash I inherited this simmering conflict. He was determined to maintain Parthian dominance over Armenia, continuing his predecessor's policy. This led to the Roman-Parthian War of 58 to 63 AD. Rome dispatched its best general, Gnaeus Demetrius Corbulo, a skilled and disciplined military commander, to handle the Armenian question. Corbulo was a formidable opponent. He retrained the Roman legions in the east, instilling discipline and turning them into an effective fighting force. Initially, the Romans gained the upper hand. Corbulo invaded Armenia, capturing its two main cities, Artaxata and Tagrin. He even managed to depose Tiridates I and install a Roman client king, Tigranes V, on the Armenian throne. For a moment, it looked like a decisive Roman victory. Balash, still entangled in his civil war and the Kushan invasion, was unable to effectively respond to Corbulo's initial successes, but the Parthians were resilient. After dealing with some of his internal issues, Balash was able to refocus his attention on the Armenian front. He launched the counteroffensive, besieging Tigranocerta. The war entered a new, more intense phase. The Romans sent another general, Lucius Kseniaspidus, to assist Corbulo. But this proved to be a disaster. At the Battle of Randea in 62 AD, the Parthian forces, likely under Balash's command, surrounded and trapped Patesi's legions. In a humiliating defeat for Rome, Pedus was forced to surrender. The Romans had to agree to evacuate Armenia and, symbolically, to march under a yoke, a sign of total submission. This was a massive victory for Balash, and a stunning reversal of fortunes. The defeat at Randea forced Emperor Nero and the Romans back to the negotiating table. The result was the Treaty of Randea, a remarkable compromise that would define Roman-Parthian relations for decades. Under the terms of the treaty, it was agreed that a Parthian prince from the Arsacid dynasty would rule Armenia, but he had to be approved by and receive his crown from the Roman emperor. So, Tiridates I, Balash's brother, was reinstated as king of Armenia. He then famously traveled to Rome in a lavish ceremony to be officially crowned by Nero. While it was a compromise, it was widely seen as a Parthian victory. Balash had successfully defended Parthian influence in Armenia, cementing his family's control over the strategic kingdom while also bringing a long and costly war to an end. Despite his foreign policy success, Balash's reign continued to be plagued by internal turmoil. The civil war with his brother, Balash I, never truly ended. It ebbed and flowed, but the division remained. Around Yochoad, another claimant to the throne emerged, Pacorus II, another one of his brothers, and then, around 80 AD, yet another rival, Artabanus III, made a bid for power. The final years of Balash's life were a chaotic mess of competing kings and a fractured empire. Historical records from this period are scarce and often contradictory, making it difficult to piece together the exact timeline. What is clear is that the empire was in a state of near-constant civil war. Balash I eventually disappears from the historical record around 80 AD, likely dying amidst this chaos. His brother and longtime rival Balash I seems to have outlasted him. But the empire he left behind was deeply fragmented. So, how should we remember Balash? He was a king who ruled during one of the most turbulent periods in Parthian history. He usurped his brother, fought multiple civil wars, lost territory to the Kushans, but also managed to fight the mighty Roman Empire to a standstill and secure a favorable peace. His victory at Randa and the subsequent treaty were significant achievements that showcased Parthian military strength and diplomatic skill. However, he was ultimately unable to unify his empire. The constant internal strife that characterized his reign weakened the Parthian state, leaving it vulnerable and setting the stage for further decline. Balash I is a complex figure, a successful warrior and diplomat on the international stage, but a ruler who failed to secure his throne and bring lasting stability to his own people. His story is a powerful reminder that even the greatest empires can be torn apart from within. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the life of Balash I. It's a fascinating and often overlooked chapter of ancient history. What do you think? Was he a successful king or a failed one? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the hidden figures of history, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.